Good morning, Thierry Loue, Jones Lang LaSalle, CEO for the Middle East and North Africa.
Jones Lang LaSalle, very heavily represented here today at AHIG.
Yes, indeed, we have a number of colleagues participating to the event and taking part of the conference itself. Big yearly event, obviously, for the hospitality industry, coming out a bit of a difficult year, 2009, but certainly more optimistic as the first quarter of 2000 has passed through. I think there is a better buzz as to the way forward.
And what do you see as the main patterns emerging over the next 12 months here in Dubai?
Well, I think in Dubai we see a strong recovery in terms of volumes. Prices did adjust in 2009 versus 2008, but clearly 2008 was the anomaly. Prices were abnormally high, and we are back to levels of 2007 type of things, which are quite fine, to tell you the truth. And as a consequence, we see Dubai basically as performing reasonably well this year.
Do you think there's room for more correction, or do you think that's already factored into the market prices?
I think it has been largely been factored at this point in time. It's all going to depend the way forward about how fast the additional supply is going to come through. I would say that the good news to a certain extent is related to the fact that a large part of the additional supply is going to take more time to come through rather than what was originally expected. And as a consequence, it's going to slow down the number of new rooms coming to the market, and therefore will help to maintain the prices most likely.
And how about Middle East overall as a market? How do you see that?
Well, it's very different realities depending on the locations. We see Saudi Arabia, which has gone through a difficult year last year, especially in the holy cities, primarily because of the H1N1 virus, which has limited the number of pilgrims going to the kingdom, but that was quite exceptional. Apart from that, there is still very strong demand in Saudi, not only for the holy cities, but a city like Riyadh, where basically strong needs of hotel products are there, with a good pipeline of new supply as well, bringing the inventory to basically new standards which the city badly needs. We see markets such as Egypt performing reasonably well as well. Then it's quite a contrasted situation. Abu Dhabi, for example, with a huge additional supply which has taken place towards the end of last year, is going to require a bit more time in order to really build up the destination and be in a position to really get the volumes that justify such a large inventory at this point in time.
And other hotspots within the Middle East?
I think the hotspots remain largely related to Riyadh to a certain extent. I would consider Dubai remaining as a hotspot as well, and probably strong interest with Egypt as well. I mean, a city like Cairo is having a number of new projects coming through, which is quite interesting.
Okay, Thierry, thanks very much for joining us today at AHIG.
Thank you very much indeed.